How much weight can I lose in 1 week without doing some crazy crash diet and starving myself? Let's see, shall we? My name is Hannes and you're most welcome to Trainerds. On this channel, I chronicle my journey towards a healthier and stronger life. A big part in order for me to be healthier is losing weight, since I am pretty overweight. Ever since I started this channel, I have been losing weight steady. The last couple of weeks, I have been not as disciplined and fluctuated back and forth in weight. I got some inspiration to try and be more strict during 1 week to see just what happens. I don't want to starve myself or doing some crazy dieting. Instead, I wanted to see what happens if I just bump up my activity level, adding more movement while being strict with my caloric intake. Here's my plan. I made a ton of lunch boxes with enough food to keep me full. Rice, minced meat and a ton of vegetables. I had this twice a day. If I felt hungry besides those 2 portions, I mixed together protein shakes containing protein powder, oat milk and berries. My goal this week was to not be hungry. Then besides my regular going to the gym every other day routine, I decided to create a new step challenge together with you, my friends, with the goal of taking at least 10,000 steps every day. Let's break down all the training I've been doing this week. As I mentioned, I've been out walking every day. It's been so much fun getting out there. I also decided to make things a little bit harder for myself by adding weight to my walks. I don't have a weight vest yet, so I did it the DIY way of filling up 11 kilos, 24 pounds worth of water bottles and putting them in a backpack. It made me feel like Goku when he trained with his turtle shell on.
Huh? Hey, wow! I feel as light as a feather.
Jump as high as you can.
Is this even possible? I guess so. We're doing it.
It was a terrific way to add some resistance and difficulty to the walks. Also a wonderful mental reminder. This is putting on extra weight. Weight that I have lost since starting this channel. That backpack was a reminder of how unreasonable it is walking around with that excess body weight. Also, thanks for joining the Step Challenge. It's always more fun having people holding you accountable. And I love that the user Hotspot sent some awesome footage from his walks and running in Spain. It's so lovely seeing all you people's views. So please, in the future, share some footage from your adventures. We also continued our running training. This week, we set out to run 8 kilometers.
Fuck! I had to take a break short of 5 kilometers today. Way too high tempo in the beginning. My left hamstring started acting up a bit, so I'm taking 5 minutes now, just try to stretch it a little bit and then start in a way slower tempo. Woo! Thank you.
Nice.
8 kilometers. Very happy with the distance. Fucking sucked that my leg gave up halfway through, but a 5-minute break. It's good to do it today before the 10 kilometers. Now I know my limits a little bit better.
And of course, I still go to the gym every other day. The other big training project I'm doing at the moment is getting my first pull-up. And losing weight is certainly one big aspect of it. Here's my pull-up attempt, and as we can see, I am closer than ever. In a couple of weeks, I will have it, for sure. Then I tried some chin-ups and pull-ups in rings, trying to do more than 1 repetition. And it kind of worked. Fun to try and go for more than 1 rep, even if the execution isn't the best. It's fun to train it.
Perfect!
And how cute is this? A cameo from the youngest Trainerd. Straight from ninja practice to the gym. She's a natural at this, and no wonder why when her mother is such a badass. Now back to the topic of this video. Let's look at the scale, shall we? How much weight did I lose in 7 days? Let's start by looking at where I was last Thursday. 126.63 kilos. And today we have 123.38 kilos, which is 3.25 kilos lost. Over 7 pounds in 7 days. Now this is losing weight too fast. I only did this for a fun little experiment to myself, and it's not something I will continue to do. I want a slower and more controlled weight loss. If I were to continue with this amount of workouts, I would have to add more food. But let's take a look at some more big picture stuff when it comes to the weight loss. Back in June, I told you all that I was gonna lose 10 kilos. I started it during the summer. It's the hardest part during the year, at least for me, to stay super disciplined with what you eat and drink. And you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be living as well. Let's see how close I am to complete that minus 10 kilo goal now. Extremely close. 0.57 kilos. Roughly 1.2 pounds left. Should be gone till next week. It feels so good. If we look at the same time last year, just 2 months before I started uploading on Trainerds, we can see that it's over 20 kilos lost. Over 45 pounds. Over a longer period of time. And that is how I want it to be, slow and consistent. Even if it some days doesn't feel like it, the graph doesn't lie. When I zoom out, I clearly see the trend going downward. And in order to feel the weight Hannes in 2022 was carrying around, I would need to more than double the weight in the backpack. That is crazy. And when I see this long trend line, I get super proud of myself. Me staying consistent is working. I know myself good enough to take care of this. I am becoming a healthier, stronger version of myself. The weight loss experiment during these 7 days will also help me getting closer to my pull-up. Every gram of my body will make it easier. And I want to be as prepared as I can for our 10-kilometer run we're gonna do in just 10 days. A lighter body will make the running easier. And sometimes you just need to do something that you feel like doing when sudden motivation strikes you. And this 7-day weight loss thing was just that. I wanted to try it. Now I can move on as I usually do. The journey is still far from over. I have a bunch of extra weight that needs to come off. And it will. In time. And I don't know anybody I would like to share this journey with more than you guys. Thanks for all the good vibes, encouraging comments, and being there as my accountability partners. And to those of you that takes the extra step of becoming a Trainerds patron, supporting this channel, I love you all. Thank you. And speaking of Patreon, tomorrow Friday, I will be joined by a very special guest on the live stream. A certain Martin Molin will be joining me to play some video games, talk about training and life. Thank you all for watching. Now before I leave, I just wanted to tell you and me that we're so goddamn awesome. Woohoo!